It's go time. What's happening? Let me get the shoes off. What is up today? Today is Thursday. We are in 30-something day of quarantine. I don't know. I've lost count. Welcome everybody. Welcome. What's going on? Let me get all the things that are supposed to be gotten before we start. Where am I? Here we go. Roots. Friendship, crazy. Excel, Red River. There we go. I'm excited about today. I like talking theories. I like explaining what I do, because a lot of it usually doesn't make sense to a lot of people, and half the time it doesn't even make sense to me. But today we're going to explain the hook, not the hook kick, the turn kick, and why you would throw it, when you throw it, how you throw it, what difference does it make, and trying to break down more than just an understanding of just how to do it, but why you do it. So it's funny because I've been doing martial arts for, I don't know, I'm 34 now. Started when I was 6. 28 years now? 28 years. I think I've done it. And probably the first 17, 18 years of it that I just did moves. I was taught how to do the normal things. You were taught how to do forms. You were taught how to do punches. You were taught how to do kicks. And nobody questioned. You just did them, right? And I think I was probably 17 when I first questioned my instructor throwing a roundhouse. I was under Trey Handerman at House of Martial Arts, and I wondered why he was throwing his roundhouse kicks weird. And if y'all don't know the stories, and if you weren't around me enough to hear the stories of my second instructor, he was crazy. I think that's the reason why I liked him so much, is because he was flat out insane. Literally the devil walking amongst men. He was just nuts. But he liked to fight. He knew how to fight. And it was him that made it look weird. He was 6'3", he was 165 pounds. He used to brag about the fact that he could still wear his high school jeans at like 50-something years old. And he would throw a roundhouse kick, and he would always throw it up like this, you know? And he would have a lot of snap to it. But it was weird because it didn't look like he was rotating his hips a lot. And a lot of times he was teaching a Muay Thai kick, where you stepped into it before you threw that roundhouse. And I didn't understand why, because we were traditional Taekwondo. We were, you know, as Korean as you could get without being Korean. We had to do all of our commands in Korean. We had to learn a lot more of the language than you normally would thought. But he never threw a roundhouse kick. One, the way he described to throw the roundhouse kick, or two, it didn't look traditional at all. He was just mixing all these things together. And this was before like MMA was big and mixed martial arts was big, and never understood why. And so finally, one day after class, I asked him, and he said for 2 reasons. One, the bottom 6 vertebrae of his spine were fused together. So he really actually could not rotate your hips like a traditional person would, because there's no joint there. It's just all one bone from his lower, or like from his pelvis up to like the middle of his spine. But he still could kick people in the head at will. And I finally asked, one, how could you do this with a roundhouse kick when you can't even bend over properly? But two, why would you want to in the first place? And he says, there's times and places for everything. You may not know it. You may look at a kick and look at a technique and go, I will never use that kick, ever. Or I'll never use that punch, ever. I'll never use that choke or that setup or, you know, that technique. I'll never, ever use it. But once you know it's there and exists in the world, you're prepared for it. That's the only way to truly understand and know your technique, is to know it so well that you're prepared for somebody else to do it. So that's what we're going to try to do today. We're going to try to do this with a turn kick. I'm going to try to explain what I feel the turn kick means to me, and what I can make it do, and what I hope that I can make you guys understand that you are capable of doing. That's the whole point of Thursdays. I kind of like this idea of kind of keeping a little bit more philosophical. I can't even talk. I can't even say it. I want it to be more psychological. I want it to be more philosophy based on Thursdays. So where you're not just getting a workout, you're not just getting the cardio, you're not just moving, you're not just going through the motions. Because I think that's really important for you to understand why you're doing something. Normal people don't walk around thinking they can kick somebody in the face. Normal people don't want to. Normal people don't understand why you want to, but we understand that we can. If you don't understand that another person can, and how to teach that other person that they can do it, you're losing half of the reason why you're in martial arts in the first place. Because if you can't teach it, you can't teach what you don't understand. If you don't understand it, you can't teach it. You can't teach it, you can't show it. You can't show it, you can't do it. So, that's going to be my little rant today. So, but first we're going to warm up. If you have questions, put it in the chat. I got to share it to one more little spot before we but let's see who's here. I'm going to be talking a lot today, as obviously you can tell. So this may not be geared for the little ones. I don't know how many of the little ones I have following me, but I want you guys to try to stick with me. It may be a little bit more boring for the younger ones, but if you can understand the technique when you're little, when you're my size and my age and much bigger than me, then you'll understand your place in a fight much quicker than I did. So that's what we're going to try to do today. What's happening, everybody? Rosie's watching. Miss Wallenberg, how are you doing? Jimmy, I know it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. Missed you in chat. Killer Cats, we're going. Mike, if you're eating dinner, take your time, man. Like I said, this is going to be a much more kind of a chill day. Mr. Palmero, how you doing, sir? Ellie, what's going on? Yeah, let me share this one more spot. And then we will get down to business. We'll make sure, let's do that. And let's get that. Alright. So, we got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's warm up and then we will get moving. Feet together, head exercise. Ready? And go! Get my music back up. Pa-pa. Why am I doing this? I should be on the big screen. Keep going, guys. Keep going. There we go. Where's mine? There we are. Aha. There's my video. Now I can see everybody for reals. There we go. Haha. Keep going, keep going. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day today. It's gonna be crazy today. I'm gonna go through a lot. It's gonna be nuts. Hopefully, y'all feeling good. You're sticking with me through this week. Man, today's Thursday. I spent a lot of time on my couch, but this week has gone by fairly quickly. It's either that or it's just one big day right now. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Feet shoulder width apart. Go down, touch the floor. Come up, all the way up. Keep your legs straight. Go down the other side. Yeah. Go up. Down the middle. Come up, feet together, and down. I'm good. Doing good, sir. That's great, man. Mr. Palmero will miss you. Hopefully, this whole thing ends. And I can go back to kicking people coming back to the reunion. See you guys live, right? Where are we at? Feet shoulder apart, or no, feet spread. Have a seat on the floor. Ooh, I gotta rock my way down. Get loose. There we go. There we go. Pick a leg. Go down it. Both hands. Don't just stretch out with one. Get both. Reach. Come up, other side. Come up, down the middle. Man. Keep crawling out, keep crawling out. Come up, feet together, and down. Pull your heels off the ground. If you still can't reach it, just grab your shin. Pull up, and just keep crawling down. We can reach your toes, pull them up. Down and stretch. Ooh, yes. Come up, butterfly. And down. Oh. Loosen them up. Ooh, I got a foot cramp already. Hey, let go. Let go. And down. Gotta let go. Alright, on your feet. I think we're good. At least for today. Let's get our warm-up rounds in. And then we will get into business. So, for my rounds. There we go. Eight rounds, 30 seconds. Round one has started. Whoa, whoa, don't lose me. I gotta figure out a way to set this up. There we go. First round, jab cross, straight leg up. Here we go, ready, and go. Don't bend your leg, this is just a stretch, just to warm it up. Make sure you're breathing. Shake out anything that needs to be shook. Make sure your punches go straight back to your face. Hands up, don't let them drop below your chin. Even warm-ups. You got 10 seconds. Change sides. You got a 30-second break. And we're gonna do it again. Jab, cross, back leg straight up, straight down. All we're doing is trying to loosen up our legs, loosen up our hips. Stretch out anything that needs to be stretched in these 30 seconds. You got 3, 2, 1, and jab, cross, straight leg. Let's go. Seconds. Straight leg. Hands up, hands up. Take it nice and easy. Ooh. 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Next warm up, jab, cross, leg inside and out. Jab, cross, bring that knee up, come back out. That's for the first 30 seconds. The next 30 seconds, jab, cross, leg straight out. Jab, cross, big circle, just like you're trying to put your foot over a chair. Keep that leg straight and just open up. Your hip or your foot should go all the way back to where it came. That's how big and wide I want that circle to be. Got 3 seconds. 2, 1, jab, cross, knee up now. Yes. Just loosen up those joints. Get a little bit of blood flowing before we start using everything else. You got 30 seconds. Leg out. Boom. $15. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and change sides. Loosen up anything that needs to be loosened. Here we go. Ooh. First 30 seconds, jab, cross, knee up. That's it. Jab, cross, knee up and out. Next 30 seconds, I want the whole leg to whip around. Don't make it hard, don't make it fast. I just want the stretch. 3, 2, 1, and go. Jab, cross, knee up. You got 15 before we change it up. Knee up, knee high. The wind is blowing. It's starting to trigger my allergies. 30 seconds. Legs out. Ten seconds. Leg all the way out. 3, 2, 1, and time. Loosen up anything. Stretch out anything. Ooh. We got 2 more rounds. I just wanted us to practice our turn. We're going to take a step in with our jab. Here, and then we're going to do a 180 turn over our back shoulder. Here, and that's all we're doing. We're not kicking. All we're doing, take a step in, turn, scoop back. Take a step in, turn. I want you to practice whipping that head around first before the foot. Got it? Your minute's already started. Here we go. Ready, and go. Jab, turn, step back. Jab, turn. Step back. Keep those hands up at all times. Got 30 seconds. All we're just going to use is just that little half turn. Move that head first. Body goes. Got to see where you're going. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Last round. Now I want you to throw the turn kick. So I want you to throw a jab, look over your back shoulder, pick up that back leg up, kick straight out, come back, step back, Step in with a jab. Turn over your back shoulder. Turn kick, come back. You got 1 minute. Do it slow. Work on your technique. Work on your folds. Work on your recoil. Look and make sure that your head turns first and you see where you're kicking. You got 1 minute on the clock. Ready? And go. Jab. Turn over your back shoulder. Pivot those feet. Pick that back leg up. Knee high. Knee out. Boom. Come back. Step up. Jab. Turn over your back shoulder. Pivot your feet. Knee up. Kick out. Come back. And down. Do it slow. If you have to break it down, break it down. Oh, forgot the jab. Ah, jab. Set. Boom. Jab. Turn. Kick. And out. You got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, I think that's my 8 rounds. Oh, that was only 6, we got 2 more, haha. All right, here we go. Now, let's set it up with the roundhouse. Back leg round, turn kick, come back. Back leg round, turn kick. Those will be the last 2 rounds. You got 3 seconds. 2, 1, hands up. Back leg, roundhouse, put it down, right where you need to pivot. Over your shoulder, knee up, kick out, step back. Pivot, round, stop, turn, boom, come back. Leg is out. Hands change, knees up, out, come back. Kick, kick, come back. Now how you see, actually I'll probably do it this way. Round, kick, come back. Back leg, round, step, turn. That's really hard to do slow. You got 10 seconds left. Work on your techniques, make sure your legs are straight, make sure they're locked out. You got 3, you got 2, you got 1, finish that last one out, and time. Switch your legs, last round. Who came in, everybody? Mr. Bolton, how you doing? Miss Candace, what's up? Hands up. You have 5 seconds. Back leg, roundhouse with the other leg now. Here, set it down in front. Go over your back shoulder. Turn kick out. Hands up. 1 minute's already started. Ready? And go. Back leg, round. Turn. Come back. Back leg, round. Turn. Come back. Back leg, round. Set. Turn. Come back. 30 seconds. You don't have to do it fast. I want you to get your techniques right. Make sure your hands are up where they're supposed to. Make sure your head is up where you're supposed to be. Make sure your body is straight. Don't hunch over. You're going to lose your power. We'll explain that. We'll talk about that in a second. Keep your head up. Head up. Boom. Come back. You got 10 seconds. Hands up. 3, 2, 1, and break. Get your drink of water, and I will start my rant here shortly. Woo! Good times, right? Oh, I turned. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right, I gotta work on that. Make sure I'm at the right angle here. I think that'll work. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, to chase a 4-year-old granddaughter? Good luck to you. I've been doing that with a 4-year-old son all day. It is exhausting to say the least. So today, we talk all things turn kicks. Let's break down the turn kick. First off, if you missed Monday or it's just not feeling right, it's not feeling good, this is the day to ask your questions. This is the day to slow everything down and really understand what you're doing. I don't throw the best turn kick. I don't, honestly, I'd say anything. None of my kicks are really that great, but in my head, they're amazing. And so I'm going to try to convey that amazingness through my body and then to you, and then give you all the amazingness. And that's how we spread the amazing. So let's break down the turn kick first. So here's my fighter. He's right here on this line here, right? So say about here. The basic turn kick will depend on your stance, because you have to go over your back shoulder. So the more squared off you are to your opponent, and what I mean by squared off is the more of your chest is facing to your opponent, the more square you are, because you look like a square. That's the target. The target is the square, right? So I want to blade or turn my shoulders off to the side. And depending on what kind of fight you're in, really depends on how far your shoulders need to go. For point fighting, in traditional Taekwondo, they want all sides. Shoulder is the only thing you see. That way you give the smallest target possible to your opponent. Okay? The problem with this, you're susceptible to takedowns. Your grapplers, your wrestlers, your judo guys, hell, even your aikido guys, all love this position because they know they can throw you like that. So a lot of more people start to turn just a little bit, not completely to where their whole body is facing forward, but just enough to where if they need to sprawl and get this leg out of the way, is a lot easier to do if your feet are off just a little bit. To sprawl and get that leg out of the way, compared to if I'm completely sideways. I now have to turn my body all the way and then sprawl. Milliseconds count in a fight. The more you shave off in the beginning, just because of your stance and your footwork, makes a difference on if your punch lands, if your kick lands, if your throw lands. Okay? So, this turn kick let's start with traditional fighting. We're here, right? I want to turn over my back shoulder. Okay? To do this, I'm basically giving up my back. So I have to make sure that I don't. My head has to turn to where I know where my opponent is. I cannot lose sight of it. Okay? Notice my feet shift and pivot. Here. Okay? I pivot on the balls of my feet to where now my feet aren't crisscrossed. They're almost in a straight line as if I was trying to walk away. So my feet pivot on the balls of my feet, or the balls of my, balls of my feet. But I'm still in a straight line. Here. I don't cross them. I don't keep this foot here and then turn, because then my feet are crossed. I have to move. Here. And it's a subtle motion. It's just a rolling of the hip. Here. Okay? As I start to lean into my opponent to throw this kick, I'm shifting my weight from my back leg to my front leg to get my knee up. Okay? I don't want to raise my head up at all. If you notice here, I don't want to do this. As I start to lift this leg up, I go up, or I go low here. I don't want to change my the level of my head. Here, I'm just rolling to my front foot this way and keeping my head up as I look for my target. Knee goes up to my chest. Here, as high as I can. And my kick goes under my hip, just like a donkey kick. Here. Okay? I'm only hitting with the heel. My leg comes out, it locks out, and I rotate into my opponent. Depending. Basic, that's where I want to be. So now I'm on the opposite side, so I have to step back to get back to my original stance. Right? So one more time. I pivot over. I look over my shoulder. Roll to my front of my leg. Knee up. Leg goes out under my hip. Notice my knee is down to the ground. I hit with the heel. I come back and I roll back into my opponent. Hands are up. All going towards my opponent so I can make that hit. Mr. Spicer, what's up? What's going on? So that's the basic turn kick. That's all things fall into place, stars align. That is the basic kick of how you will hit somebody with that. The problem, as we all know, the stars don't align in a fight unless we make them. We have to push our opponent. We have to make our opponent do what we want them to do for us to have our way with them. If I want to punch him in the face, I have to do things to him that opens up his face. I have to get his hands away from his face to the point to where I can hit. It's the same thing for the body. If I want to go for a body shot or a kick, I have to get his hands to where they're not around his body anymore. Okay? We call that finding the opening. Looking for the opening. I like to think of it as making the opening. I open that shot. I make you do that. And I make you miss. I make you miss your block. I make you miss your defense. You're gonna go bike, buddy? Okay. It's right there. And I make you think that you got me when it's actually the other way around. Stand by. Let me get my kiddo. I trapped it. There you go. Got fine. So, it's always funny about these live streams. This is quarantine life. Quarantine life is dealing with 4-year-old interrupting your videos. Where was I? Turn kicks. Jedi tricks. I used to joke that I'd call myself a Jedi Master, and this is what I think of in my head while I'm sparring, is that I'm trying to do a Jedi mind trick on you so I can hit you in the face. And all it is understanding movement and understanding anatomy. $2, please. Thank you. Understanding the limits of your person and understanding reading an opponent's limits on the fly. Understanding what a person can do just by a few glances. Whether it be their actual physical body build, their attitudes, their body language. A lot of things can be read off of just the body language alone. Understanding a person's emotions and that state, whether it be for a tournament or a fight or a self-defense situation. The face gives away a lot. The eyes give away a lot. And $5, please. Thank you. Jedi mind trick. So, today we're going to use the turn kick and how to set these things up. What situations to use them under, and how to really understand Why would it ever be beneficial to turn your back on somebody? And the answer truly is, it's a fake. It's a complete fake out. And this is what I mean. So, $7, please. Thank you. Yeah, Bob. And I'm going to push Bob over, so if I knock him over, I don't knock over my expensive computer. Bob is going to be a little taller than me today. This is normally the dudes I fight. It's not cool. $4. Thank you. It's not cool. It's not. Especially because I'm old and I'm small. So, Bob here thinks I'm an easy target. Right? When you think you have the advantage, you normally don't. There's always a reversal, there's always a counter, there's always a trick.
Get out of my way.
$4, please. Thank you.
Good.
My trick with him is the fact that I can use my height against him. I can make him think that I'm cowering away. Okay? When I lean just a little bit back off and use my front leg, or my back leg as most of my weight bearing, I have to keep conscious of my front leg, because remember, we have to worry about takedowns, we have to worry about sweeps, people taking out our ankles. $3. Go. 10 laps. I'm going to need you to do 10 times around the cars. Okay, ready, Mark? Get set, go! So, we have to be wary of that, because those are detrimental. That's why most of the weight's on the back leg. So if they try to take a sweep or a swipe at that front leg, it's weightless. Okay? All my balance is relying on my back leg. Here. Okay? And it makes it easier to get it off the ground to actually keep them here. So, that's trick number 1. Trick number 2 is the fact that because he's taller, to actually reach me, you have to come to me. I don't go to him very often. I do, but that's another reason, that's another mind trick on its own. I can get that high that he can punch him. But I have to make him understand that I have to make him think that I cannot kick him in the head or punch him in the head just because of my height. And the reason I do that is to get him to protect himself less and less and less. Right? So if I'm here and I'm fighting this really tall guy and I'm throwing all my shots to the body, here, your hands, or this guy's hand starts going lower and lower and lower. Just subconsciously, they'll start to go. You won't notice that he's doing this because I'm just here and I'm trying to protect myself and I'm trying to get all the shots that I can right here, right by his elbows, right under his elbows. So he has to even lean farther down for me to kick, or to be able to hit and protect himself, right? So notice that even if I'm tall here and I can't protect right around my belly button, I have to crouch down. And I have to sink my hands down a little lower to guard myself and to keep from getting those shots. I have to crunch myself in. But look what happened to my stature. I went down 3-4 inches. So all you 6'2" guys now just became 5'8". I'm 5'4". Okay? All that takes is a 4-inch jump to be able to reach where I need. Okay? That's Jedi trick number 1. Using the turn kick can actually really help. Really help You did it? You do 20 now. Ready? On your mark, get set, go! That way. So, hey, go. So, okay. So this turn kick can be really helpful with that mentality of I can't hit you in the face. Because now, not only do I make myself smaller, not only do I make him smaller, but I turn my back on the guy. Okay? And in almost every person, when you see somebody start to run away, they almost immediately go after you. Almost every time. Okay? And that's what you want. You want that sudden urge to go. Because every time somebody tries to go forward, notice all my hands go forward. All my hands, all my head goes forward. All my body goes forward. My leg goes forward. Okay? For two reasons. One, naturally, I want to catch myself from falling. On your mark, get set, go! I want to catch myself from falling. And even if I'm chasing somebody, I want to reach out and grab. And I want to keep myself from falling on the ground. That is why we use the turn kick. It's because it opens everything up. Okay? If you can sucker somebody in to follow you, you now own everything that's in the middle of their torso. So, be careful, buddy. I'm leaning. Okay, we're back again. Because my whole, I think, the whole internet to my house went out for like 5 minutes. So, we're good, we're golden, we're back. We're gonna get back into this. Let me, there we go, that's what I want. Let's try this again. I swear, like one of these days I'll find a way to make this not stop in the middle of these. We'll figure it out. But, welcome back. Let me get back into where I was. What was I talking about? I don't even know. Boom, there we are. Aha. We got that. Okay. Lost, but not. We are found. The sucker of the turn kick. I think that's where we were, right? So, I do a lot of things for me to set up this turn kick. And it can work for a majority of people. For you, very tall and posted, very, very tall people, may not work as well. But the same principles can be used for even fighting smaller people. And it's the same principle. It's the same principle as trying to sucker somebody falling down and trying to catch somebody because you're using their own ego against them. It can be the same thing for fighting somebody short or just as small or just the same size as you, because you're using the same principles. You are still setting them up by trying to get their hands higher. Okay? If I want to punch this guy in the face, even if he's my height, the same principles apply. You start hitting him low, lower than his elbows, or you aim right for the elbow. And eventually start going lower and lower and lower to where they still will bend over and they still will shrink themselves to give you the easy shot. Why is my music not coming? Let's try to reload this. Let me start that all the way over. So, hold on, more technical difficulties. There we go. Let's go down into this. There we go. We're back. Alright, so, yeah. Same principle apply. Okay? I want to aim low so I can strike high. Ooh. What does that entail from me? That means I have to get within striking distance. I have to get within range of hitting the guy. Okay? If they're taller than me, that means I have to get past his range of hitting me. If they're smaller than me, I still have to understand where their range is so I don't get hit. So you have to understand your capabilities and where you can hit somebody. How far and how long does it take? How much room do you need to actually throw the perfect target? And to understand that is just through practice. Understanding where you are to your opponent, to a headbag, to your furniture, to a wall, to the chair. You understand where everything is. And you understand how close you are to all the objects around you, not just your opponent. Because sometimes those objects around you can help you. A lot of times they can hurt you. Getting your back pushed against the wall is not a fun place to be. So you have to understand where these places are, where these objects are, and where your opponent is for you to understand where, how, and when to throw this kick. Here. Okay? So, we talk about the setup, we talk about the idea of mentally attacking your opponent to open up their body to give you the shot. Now you kind of have to take it even deeper. They're not just going to let you hit them in the arms. They're not just going to let you hit them in the gut, and they're not just going to let you hit them in the face. You have to make it happen. Okay? You're actively trying to protect yourself while hitting somebody else. Correct? They are doing the exact same thing. They are trying to hit you without them getting hit. So there's two ways to make this happen. You move to where they think you're in one place, but you actually are in another. And you understand where their hands are going to be while you make this movement. So the first couple of lessons, we work a lot on just foot placement, footwork, and where you were to your opponent, because that's half the battle. Understanding your distance and understanding your angle will help you with your timing. Fighting is all about timing, distance, and angles. That's it. And cardio. The four pillars, I guess. So, for you to understand that if he's chasing me, say I'm close, and he's chasing me, he's thinking that I'm going in a straight line by turning my back. But in actual reality, I'm going off an angle backwards here. So even if he did try to run straight, I'm still off an angle. If he tries to throw something or throw a punch or throw a kick or try to grab me and he's going straight and I step off to an angle here, he has to adjust. By making him adjust, makes him just that much slower. Understanding that little bit, those few milliseconds of slowing him down gives you the ability to whip your head around, understand where your target is, and understand how to adjust your feet to be able to kick this guy properly. If he's rushing in, he's going to be too close. So as I turn to get away, I can step farther away to be able to push back and sink my heel into his gut. If he's not chasing me and I push too far away, I can now adjust my kick to where I push off this leg more and come back to sink my heel into his gut. It's all about foot placement. Once you get your foot placement down, all the turn kicks and hook kicks and all the fancy work becomes really simple because you're taking a quarter of the turn away just by putting your feet down right. Okay? So instead of making me take a, either going from 180, turning all the way around to kick, not only am I getting myself away from danger, and I'm getting myself away from my opponent and offline of my opponent, that was 180 degrees of my turn kick. Now all I have to do is come back to kick. I appreciate it, Chris. I'm trying to rant is basically what I'm doing about this turn kick. So, that is my basic, I guess that's the starting point of knowing how and when to throw a turn kick and how to set up the turn kick. You can set it up completely by just your feet and your body language. Because like I mentioned before, body language really speaks volumes more than what your voice and what your language can actually do. Okay? If I'm staring at somebody and I start to blade away, what is my body language saying? I'm hiding this hand. I don't want you to see this hand because this hand is going to be the one that's up to no good. Okay? If I come up and my hands are up and I'm completely squared up to you, I'm showing you my hands. I'm basically trying to make you understand and comfort you that I can't do anything from here. That's why when police say hands up, this is why. This is a really big disadvantage for people, even just putting hands up. Okay? This means I can't reach for anything without you seeing it. I can't turn and run because my hands have to come first. Okay? Body language is a big deal. So when I start to turn here and I start to lean back and I start to get ready here, all my body language is basically saying, I'm trying to run. I'm trying to get away from you. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be up in your face. I want to be away. I don't like confrontation. I don't want this. But I'm ready to try to defend myself. And as weak as it possibly looks, I'm trying to make myself look weaker. I'm trying to off-balance myself. I'm trying to keep away from this person. So when I turn to actually make the movement, all it does is forces that person to chase me. They have no other choice. They either let me go or they come after me. So when they come after me, you make them pay. Boom. If they let me go, and I turn and I see that he's too far away, cool. I just got myself out of the fight. So, other ways to set up that turn kick, besides the body language. Say, say it's a tournament, say it's a cage fight. You can only throw that so many times. You can only use that so many times. So now you have to become the aggressor. You have to end the fight. Okay? You have to now. That was all of that was all defensive, making the person come to you. Now you have to go to them. And the turn kick is actually really scary when it's being used as an attack instead of a defense. Because it can cover so much ground in a very small amount of time. Okay? It's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. I have no idea why it hates me so. I'm gonna share it there. Let's share it here. Groups. It is not meant to I don't think this camera is really meant for staying on this long, doing these kind of vlogs. So bear with me while I try to figure out a way around this. Yeah, welcome back. We're gonna try this again one last time. And you know what? I'm gonna stay off YouTube because I'm wondering if maybe that's just draining my bandwidth and just cutting my camera out. So all you get to do is listen to my angelic voice, which is actually very irritated because of this camera right now. So we're back. We give a few seconds to everybody. Make sure we're all in public. All right. If y'all don't know, I've been using my GoPro for like the last week and a half or so for two reasons. It kind of frees up my phone so I can kind of keep an eye and use it as a timer and stuff like that. I can do other things with it instead of using it as a camera. And two, I like the angle of it better. Because if I try to use my camera, this becomes like a world star video and I can't turn it. And so the angle looks just bad. And it makes it obvious that it's a cell phone camera. But this GoPro just likes to overheat when I do these long videos, so I don't know the fix to that other than to do much shorter videos, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So we'll find a way. We'll make this work. But for now, we're going to try to get back into our groove about the turn kick. And I'm not going to talk about much longer because I realize that we've been going on for a really long time. So for this kick to become an offensive kick, lots of things have to already have been in place. You have to get this guy to understand that his kicks and your punches are going higher than his elbow. They have to go higher. Even higher than the middle of his tricep. You really want most of your shots, unless it's a side kick. Side kick aims always for the crest of that elbow. Okay, you don't want to aim for the tip, because that just hurts your foot more than you actually hurt that. You want to aim for the top. You want to aim for right there, either right under the elbow, and that fold in that forearm, or right above it. You're aiming with your heel, and all you're doing is tagging that same spot that whole time. Every shot, if you can't get it past their arm, that's where you're aiming. For two reasons. It numbs their arms out, and it's a lot harder for them to punch back if you tag their arm enough. The other bit is that they'll start to shy away. You know, they'll even change size. So you don't wear out that arm anymore. And you just keep doing the same thing. Because notice, once I tag enough and I want to protect it, I try to get it past my body. And look what opens up. That exact spot where you get to throw for that turn kick. So, I hit my side kicks. I hit my punches up to the face. Boom, boom. All they can see me do, and all they get to see me do, is headhunt. I'm up here, in the face, up here, I'm just slapping, I'm doing whatever I can. All my kicks right above where his elbow would be. I'm aiming for those little ribs. If I get a shot in, it's glorious. If I don't, it's still glorious because I'm still tagging their arms and I'm still trying to get from here to here. Let's hide this spot. Let's not let them use that spot anymore. Or maybe I'm tagging too much on this side and they start to cover it up a little bit more. Every time they see that shot coming, they want to get the arm away from it because it's already hurt. What people do when a body part is hurt is they protect it. So if I hit the arm enough to hurt it, they're going to start to want to protect it more. And then look what's open. The lower ribs. The thing that they need to protect most is no longer protected. So that turn kick aims for that lower rib, right above the gut. Right there. Or maybe I'm aiming for that little soft spot right under the ribs. That's where I want this turn kick to go. So if I'm trying to be aggressive, and now he's starting to back away from me, I can cover distance by using that turn kick. Because I go from way back here to turning closer to the guy to right where I need to be for that turn kick. Okay? That's how I close distance. I don't back away from the guy, and I don't switch on the guy. I go towards him by using my front foot as now my pivot point, where it's at. I don't move it anymore. So, especially like when we were doing our turn kicks with our MMA people, my foot's already making me go offline when I pivot, when I throw all the way around. Now I have to cover the extra circle part with my back foot. How do I do that? By throwing a jab. Doesn't even have to connect, doesn't even have to be anywhere. Something enough to get their hands to go up. Even just grab their glove, grab their hand, grab their arm, whatever it is, to get them to focus on their arm. Pushing it up out of the way. If I push your arm up out of the way, even better. Let it go at the last second, turn to find my target, and I get the gun. Don't think that you can't move your opponent's arms and their guards out of the way. If somebody's really rigid here, there are ways to break their arms down. Not just by kicking them repeatedly, by actually grabbing their arm and moving it out of the way. If I want the ribs and I want to use a side kick, I'll grab that arm and throw it straight up. Or I pull it straight out. If I want the turn kick, I'll push their arm back into their face. And I just push, because that hides my back hand, or my back leg, or my front leg from pivoting and moving. Here, that cuts off a lot of my turn kick now in the setup to throw that turn kick. So, with that being said, I know I probably lost a lot of people in the switch ups and because my camera's messing up, but if y'all have any questions with this turn kick, let me know. If anything that I said didn't make any sense, please tell me. I want to explain it more, and I'll try to maybe spend a couple of minutes tomorrow before we get into our workout to explain what I mean by today. But understanding that the turn kick, it's a really great finishing move. By finishing move, like the end of a combination. It could be the middle of a combination, but it's definitely a hitter. There's a few times where I could say it's a setup for other techniques, but I don't like to use those. There's other ways to set those things up besides turning and giving your back away. So that's all I really have to say. I am, where am I at? I'm pretty late. I spent a lot talking today. That's probably why my camera keeps overheating. So, if you have any questions about the turn kick, let me know. We are set up for Friday, tomorrow, ending the last day of the week through a cardio burnout session. So, kind of much like yesterday was, basically combine yesterday's cardio with Tuesday's just straight combinations. That's what you're going to expect Friday. Ron, thank you. You're welcome, my friends. I appreciate y'all listening to my rant for this long. Like I said, if anything doesn't make sense, if anything looks funky, if something doesn't sound right, doesn't look right, message me. Let me know. I'll get out there and I can make little mini videos kind of explaining myself a little bit better than doing live streams. Yeah, that's a good time. So, I know Excel Academy in Illinois, you guys have homework. Get on it. Master G and Miss Wallenberg will be very upset if you don't get your homework in. For the rest of my Excel Academy class, guys, keep working out. I know Master Valdez is doing workouts at lunchtime that are geared for beginners, and there's a lot of us that aren't beginners that are there, but honestly, that's all I've done is beginner work. And all I've done is just broken down beginner kicks. And you can never practice the basics enough. Ever. So get in with Master Valdez. He does his classes at noon to 1-ish, I think. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock. And we will get into it. We will understand, now that we have at least a better understanding of this turn kick, we'll throw some more combinations tomorrow using it and trying to apply, I guess, imagine applying these theories and concepts that I've explained today with it. When this whole quarantine is over, I promise, we'll do more videos, we'll do more drills and practices with actual people, so hopefully they make a little bit more sense a little bit later. But until then, guys, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Class dismissed. Y'all have fun. I'm gonna go eat. Peace.